Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Zimbabwe, Honorable KCD Mohadi, Honorable Minister MACYDO present, all protocol observed. Distinguished guests, delegates, ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you all. My name is Ken Sharpe, and I'm honored to serve as the Chief Executive Officer of Westprop Holdings, a company proudly listed on the Victoria Falls Stock Exchange earlier this year. It is a privilege to stand before you today and share insights on the essence of what it means to be an entrepreneur. My goal is to ignite your motivation, inspire and instill in you the unwavering determination, courage, perseverance, and willpower required to pursue success in the pursuit of your goals with unwavering excellence and fortitude. Regrettably, I could not be present in person as urgent family matters have called me to the Ukraine. Let me begin. Greetings. They've only given me 15 minutes to tell you what it means to be an entrepreneur. And in those 15 minutes, I've split it into 3 parts. The first part is my story, my personal journey of being an entrepreneur and what it means to me. The second part is how to use and leverage your current position and situation to take you forward to success. And the last part is how you can see into the future and visualize your goals, making yourself a success and working hard towards those goals every day until they become a reality. Let me take you back to 1991. As a young 18-year-old man with only $100 in my pocket, I bought a one-way ticket to Moscow, to the Soviet Union, to USSR, not knowing where I was going and only wearing a shirt as thin as this one, without even a jacket and scarf on. The reason why I went there was I was relentless in my pursuit of my heart. And the first lesson you must learn as an entrepreneur is follow your heart. You see, your heart doesn't lie to you. And that time, my heart was madly in love with a young lady from the Soviet Union who I just met, who was passing through Zimbabwe. She didn't speak any English, I didn't speak any Russian, but I knew at the exact moment I laid my eyes on her that she was my future wife. And I was willing to give up everything to get her. I relentlessly pursued that as my purpose in life, and I followed my heart. Whatever your purpose is in life, it's always linked to what is in your heart. You see, we are made up of heart, of mind, and of soul. And those are the 3 things, the 3 in 1, that make us into who we are. With our own unique characters and personalities, we all have the opportunity to look deep within our own hearts and to see what makes it beat. And that drive to find your purpose is what will bring you to a place of success. You see, I followed that purpose all the way to the Soviet Union, not knowing what I would find. I couldn't speak the language, I didn't know the culture, it was freezing cold, I wasn't prepared for the winter, and I only had $100 in my pocket. And guess what? When I landed in Moscow, I had a piece of paper with just a telephone number on it and a town where she was from. It was near Donetsk. Donetsk, as you probably know, is in the Ukraine. At that time, I didn't know. We didn't have Google, we didn't have mobile phones. I just got an atlas and opened it up and saw the Soviet Union was huge. The capital was Moscow. Aeroflot flew from Harare, and that's where I went. But when I landed at Sheremetyevo and they told me, you're in the wrong place, you've got to fly like at least another 2 hours west to Kiev, which is closer to Donetsk, I used the last money I had to buy a ticket and fly there. And getting there, I didn't know anyone at the airport, couldn't find my way to get to her house. But that is another story for a different day. The story I want to tell you today is make sure in your heart you know what it is that's driving you to that sense of purpose. Because when you found that, that's the first key to becoming a successful entrepreneur. The second thing is, look at your existing situation and where you stand today in that situation. Taking advantage of your position is exactly where you need to be. You see, the Bible has many scriptures, and my favorite scripture in the whole Bible is Romans 8:28, which says, all things work for the good to those who love the Lord and to those who are called by him. Now, if you truly believe in that scripture, then everything that's happening to you, that's going on around you, is going to work for your good. If you just but love the Lord and you accept that you're called according to his purposes. When you take advantage of the situation you're in, leveraging your position,
that's when things start to change. It might sound difficult, but it really is simple. Many of us, when we start our journeys as entrepreneurs, chase dollars, chase money. But that's not the important thing that you need to learn. The strategy that you have is far more important and far more valuable than the money you earn today. And the strategy must always be centered on focusing on what the customer needs. You see, regardless of the situation you're in or your position, there's always a need for something, call that a good, or some service that you can offer someone. And key to being a successful entrepreneur is finding that need, the customer need. Because when you find that need and meet it with the right good or service, that's when you start to make money. And when you discover that need and you can multiply it and replicate it and keep doing it over and over again, either selling the same good or the same service, you get better at it. So long as your customers keep paying you for it, that's what's going to drive you to that success point. And when you realize that you found that nugget of gold, don't get distracted. Stay focused on it. Stay absolutely focused on that, because that is what's going to bring you your success. When you remain focused on that one thing that's bringing you the success, on that one need that you've met, just the story of Uber I'll share with you in a few seconds. The man found a need at the airport in California. He stepped out of the airport in Los Angeles and couldn't find a taxi. And he thought to himself, there must be a better way of doing that. And that need of finding a car at the right moment is what led him to build Uber, a platform, a software platform. You see, it's IP. The future of the world's money is not based on oil. It's no longer the carbon economy. It's the data economy. Data is the most valuable thing. And all of us in Zimbabwe have the potential to find a need that the customer has, to develop a software, an app to serve that need, to find a good, to sell those goods and services to customers who need those things. That is what I mean by finding your position, your current situation, and leveraging it. The third thing I want to talk about today is how you need to stay focused on looking to the future, because often we give up before we get to our destination. You see, it's the journey that is much more valuable than the destination. And when you start living each day as it is supposed to be lived, with full joy, with full sense of purpose, it doesn't really matter anymore about the destination. Of course, you have to understand the destination and remain focused on it. But you need to take care of today, that which is most important. Visualizing the future of your goal that you need to achieve is so important. In fact, I went to study at Harvard Business School recently, and they told us the most important thing, far more important than a business plan, than financial management accounts, the most important thing a company should have, besides its vision and mission statement, is a strategy statement. And we developed our own strategy statement at Westprop to 2050, which is to put 1 billion bricks in the ground by 2050. Why have we done that? It's because it gives us a roadmap for everyone to understand that's simple and clear of where we're going, why we are going there, and by what date we want to get there. These things are really important for you as a young entrepreneur, to stay focused, not to be distracted by the small things that pass by you. You know, I often talk about the lioness in her hunt and how she goes after her target with relentless pursuit, not giving up, but focused on that one prey that she's seeking to kill. And if she kills it, then she's achieved the success. And if she loses it, she forgets about it as a hunt for another day. But she never gets distracted by the other game that runs right in front of her, the temptations, the distractions that come your way. And that's how we have to be in business. Remain focused on the prey that we're going after. Don't give up. Pursue your goal with relentlessness, with determination, with tenacity. You need to have courage to step up and to stay focused on what it is that you're going for. The last thing I want to leave you today is 3 nuggets in Zimbabwe. We need to take ownership as potential future leaders. We need to have servant leaderships. And lastly, we need to execute goals in excellence with the 4 leadership dimensions. You know, in Africa, we have the largest demographic of young people. You all out there are our jewels. You are the future of our country. We have almost 70% of our population being under 35 years of age. We talk of the resources of Zimbabwe being abundant minerals, rich land where we can have fertile agricultural produce, beautiful wildlife. Victoria Falls is one of the 5 natural wonders of the world. And surely all these things have immense value in them, but they're not even comparable in a minuscule way to the value that you have, the biggest resource we have, the most valuable asset we have in Zimbabwe is you, the youth. You are the future of Zimbabwe, and your light will shine through the whole continent. You just have to believe in yourselves, and I know you can do it because you are our future. I'm investing all my time, all my money, and all my hope in rebuilding Zimbabwe one brick at a time, and we will not stop until we get to 1 billion bricks in the ground. The main reason why I'm doing it is because I believe in you. You are the future. You are entrepreneurs who are going to build the country. Without an entrepreneurial spirit, a nation can never succeed. Without having small and medium businesses, government doesn't have the money it needs in its budget to support the country. And you're the people that are going to do it. I know you can. Thank you for listening to me.